This is the Star Wars Episode 6 2-pack in the 4-inch scale. Wicket Warwick, Wicket W. Warwick, or Wicket, and the Biker Scout, both from, that scene from the Moon of Endor, Episode 5, Return of the Jedi. I picked this one up at clearance, same as the Bosk and the IG-88 figure, 2-pack. They was 75% off. Pick it up for $4. I know it's very expensive. Even at clearance, it's still expensive. Should have been $1 or $2 for the whole pack. But what can you do? Here's the others. I already reviewed these. These I have no intention of picking this one up, even at clearance for some reason. I don't know. Just not into the whole Wookiee set. So, believe it or not, I do not have a 3.75-inch Biker up until now. Well, I do have the one. I have the Saga collection, the Saga Legends one with the coin, which I've not opened up because even that one didn't look like a decent figure, and if I did open it up, it would just totally ruin the whole figure. So I have it still hanging on my wall, and it's still mint in the degrading plastic, and got that coin on it. But it was a fan's choice thing. I picked it up, but I wasn't too impressed with that figure. I was hoping there was going to be a vintage collection type of this one in the single card, blister card, but apparently Hasbro released it as a Toys R Us exclusive with a speeder bike. That was my all-time favorite trooper back in episode 6, because episode 6 was the first Star Wars movie I saw. I could not find that Toys R Us exclusive anywhere. Nobody was selling it here in Manila. We didn't have it for some reason. And so that's why I went gaga over that Black Series one. But the vintage collection 3.75-inch Biker Scout with a speeder bike, I am still looking for that one, and hopefully I'll find it. So we'll do a little unboxing review. Yeah, nice screen capture right there. I loved it when I was a kid. I'd pretend I was on a speeder bike all the time. And I thought that was one of the best scenes of the movie. I don't know. A lot of people when I was a kid, I liked Return of the Jedi far better than Empire Strikes Back for some reason. Maybe because Jedi was the first one I saw. And I didn't like the fact that they kind of quote-unquote lost in Empire Strikes Back. My dad was telling me Empire Strikes Back, they lose, and they win again in Return of Jedi. And I was like, really? Okay, so I watch it. Anyway. So we get Wicket. Let's start with this little dude. I'm assuming there are only 4 points of articulation instead of 5. Maybe, there is one here, but it is severely hindered by this neck piece. So there's a little bit of articulation right there. It has some great, fantastic detail on him, though. Swivel shoulders and diagonal swiveling feet. So yeah, whatever. He's got his spear. His spear is actually pretty cool. Nice little detail on that. And I do have the vintage collection Wicket. Okay. No contest, definitely. This one is the better Wicket. This one is the what do you call it? I can't even remember. Anyway, this is the Wicket you want to get if you're. It's a vintage collection, and I think this thing went on clearance for some time, and it's so dusty. And yeah, look at that. Even the spear, no contest. But not bad. This one's not bad. If you just need to army build your Ewoks, you can probably repaint some of these guys, and they'd be other Ewoks. So yeah, I remember this guy with Leia. Speaking of Leia, rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. One with the Force now. Here is the Moon of Endor Rebel uniform, Princess Leia. So he'll scale well with her. Even the Biker Scout, I'm pretty sure will. So let's see, Biker Scout. Not bad. I'm glad they gave him his pistol. This is the trademark Biker Scout pistol, and it's actually pretty nice. Not bad. Accurate enough. He can hold it nicely on his hand. just a swivel neck, not a ball joint. Swivel shoulder and swivel hips. Oh, there's a holster. Hey, brownie points. This just jacked up your rating, dude. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. They did not have to do that, but they did. Wow, Hasbro. Because in the Legacy collection, I mean the Saga Legends figure, I think the pistol belt was like a separate, the pistol belt was like a separate piece. And this one they just molded in, and there's some paint apps here. There's absolutely hardly any paint apps. But I kind of like the sculpt of this one better than the Saga Legend. I'm sorry, it's so high up on my wall. I don't want to, didn't bother picking it up. But that figure I think was in like a forward stance like that. This one you can actually stand him up in a pose, in a straddle position, like a regular standing position. So, very nice. Not a bad set. Definitely not a bad set. Especially for $4. That was pretty nice. It was the last one on the shelf. I decided, do I really need it? Maybe not, but heck, for that price and these two popular figures, I'd get it. I decided to pick it up. So, we'll put Leia right here, just as a reference. So, brownie points for that one. 8 out of 10 for me, I think. Higher than the Boskin IG8 set, I think, because of some nostalgia for it, a little bit of bias for this figure, for these figures. So definitely a worthy pickup, especially on clearance price, but not on regular retail price. There you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Star Wars in the Star Wars Rebels packaging from episode 6, Return of the Jedi. The 4-inch, 3.75-inch 2-pack of Wicket and the Biker Scout. Thanks for watching.